Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is Hearts of Iron 4, Man the Guns. I think it's probably worth us taking just a little bit of time to recap exactly where we are at this time. So, we're about to choose a brand new national focus, as I sort of talked about a little bit in the last episode. What we want to do is to try and bring the Dominions back into the fold, and that's primarily one of the reasons why I'm not fabricating on South Africa down here, because we are going to be able to get claims on South Africa just through the focus tree. We also want to go for appeal to Imperial Loyalists, because that will allow us to unlock appeal to Imperial Loyalist decisions, which will allow for the instigation of pro-British civil wars in former dominions, which is the perfect precursor to actually going to war with them. So that's something that we definitely want to do. Also, alliance with Germany or non-interference treaty with Germany. To be honest, I don't actually think Germany's going to be a problem. Like, Germany's already at war with France, and let's see who they're at war with. Yeah, Czechoslovakia, Romania, and Hungary, all going to war against Germany. And I don't think Germany has any ally other than Bulgaria, which is down here, and it's almost been completely eaten up by the Kingdom of Romania. So I'm not really too concerned about an alliance with Germany or a non-interference treaty with Germany. To be honest, that might come in handy later, but if it doesn't, I'm really not super worried about it. Like, it is what it is. So we've got to keep that in mind. We've also got to do this, the Ceylon forward base. Where was this? Ceylon. Yeah, this was Sri Lanka. Yeah, so that's probably something that we want to do before we go to war with India. But that, again, I feel that that's sort of like a medium distance away. Like, all of these things I want to do, but I'm not super concerned about doing them right now. Similarly, things that I'm not super convinced that would be good to do now is this side of the tree. So this will basically culminate in a war with Italy, which is fine, don't get me wrong. It's okay. However, it's not something that we really want to deal with right now. Germany has already abandoned Italy due to one of our... Which one was it? It was... Isolate the Mediterranean threat. Yeah, isolate the Mediterranean threat, and the Germany just dumped Italy, which is great. And it's actually, well, actually it's not great, because it means that Germany's not going to be able to win the war against France and Czechoslovakia, which we kind of wanted to go on perhaps a little bit longer than it has gone on, but whatever. I reckon that'll be finishing up fairly shortly. Anyway, so that's something to think about. But yeah, we're not super bothered about this. I do want to try and get this stuff done, but once again, I'm not super bothered with the time scale that this takes. I mean, this culminates in a war with Japan, which I do want to do, but again, not that bothered about it, which probably means that we want to take action in this area. I think that's probably fair enough. Also, why is the sound out of whack? I've just noticed that. There we go. That's a little bit better. So yeah, I think that we probably want to try and invest in this side of things. Special Air Service. Maybe. Fortifying East Asia. No, not that bothered. I want to secure the Imperial shipping routes. That's going to be quite good. Jet aircraft. Nah, not that bothered. Air rearmament. You know what? Air rearmament's probably not the craziest thing in the world. But I think naval rearmament is probably the best, because it will give us naval dockyards, which is real good. Okay, we also get to modify the government, and also, as I talked about a little bit before, we get to change the conscription law if we want to. Truthfully, I'm not really that bothered about that. Not really bothered about bumping it up to 2.5% recruitable population. It's just not that big a deal. We are currently in an export focus, but I'm not super bothered about that at the moment. There was a suggestion that I could change it to free trade focus, and don't get me wrong, there's some nice bonuses there with construction speed, with research speed. But at the same time, do I really want to do that? I'm not convinced that I really do. Maybe though. The construction speed bonus is quite nice, and the research speed bonus is also kind of nice. So maybe that would be good to do. However, it will mean that I am going to give away 30% of my resources. And to be honest, I do have a lot of resources that are spare at the moment. I do have a lot of resources that are currently spare. You know what? I can probably afford to bump that up to free trade. You know what? Let's do that. Alright. Let's unpause and have a little look. But I think it should be totally fine. Steel is a little bit of a problem, but that's not a huge deal. In fact, I think we will have the opportunity to increase our steel output in just a little bit. But we could also trade. That's not a problem. 2 convoys for 8 steel. All right. You know what? We'll probably just do that. We don't actually have any convoys at the moment. Buy 16 steel. Yep, that's probably fine. We'll take 16 steel. We're not actually using any convoys at the moment, so it'll give us a little bit of an opportunity to use that. Unassigned divisions. Why are you unassigned? Because you're not part of the Afghan theater or the British theater, but that's completely understandable. Also, whilst we're taking stock, it's probably worth noting that we are fabricating a claim or justifying a claim on Saudi Arabia. Pretty happy with that. We're gonna need to go to war with Saudi Arabia. We'll get the oil, which is pretty darn key. I'm pretty excited about the oil. Improved infantry equipment, nice. Does Saudi Arabia happen to have any steel? No steel for us, unfortunately, but no big deal. Let's get some more research. Well, we can almost afford to get the next level of infantry equipment, which I think would be quite nice. Not quite to the 1940s when it comes to naval equipment yet, so you know what? Magnetic detector, let's get that. Oh, we also need to withdraw from naval treaties. That is absolutely something that we want to do. The United States might actually do that before me. Also, I corked the sound all the way up. I'm now going to reduce it right back down again, because this is a bloomin' loud song. So yeah, that's something to consider. We want to get rid of the naval treaties, but again, like, I'm not super bothered about that. Not super bothered about it right now. I mean, we will need to do it, but do we need to do it right now? That's the real question. I don't think we do. How are we doing in terms of production? Tank production, mostly. Infantry equipment, we got a heck of a lot of infantry equipment in the bank, so to speak, which is quite a nice place to have it. You guys are not equipped. That means we'll get you equipped to another army. Any tank units currently set up to produce? Okay. Great. It's fine. It's just regular sort of stuff. We're waiting for a couple more light artillery. Great. Calling for war against Saudi Arabia, which I'm very, very happy about. We also want to try and get some more government advisors, political advisors, and also, you know, industrial, tank, ship designer, all of that sort of stuff. We want to get all of those guys recruited. It's just going to be a matter of time. Also, Ireland is looking pretty darn good at the moment. No resistance, which is kind of key. I really don't want there to be any issues. Free military factories. What should we allocate military factories towards? I would very much like to try and fix our problems that we currently have with tank production. We're going to be quite strong when it comes to tanks. I'll allocate 4 factories to producing these priests. I also want to start producing more aircraft than I currently am doing, so that's definitely something that we're going to want to do. Alright, good. Keep up the good work, everyone. Keep up the good work. Everyone's doing good stuff. Decisions, what do we got to do? Military parade and British Malay. Really not that bothered about it, to be honest. Bracket shooting. No idea what the heck that does, but it doesn't particularly matter for all intents and purposes. Armor-piercing shell. That is going to be very, very nice if we can get all of these upgrades done. Yep, let's just start working through a little bit of Navy tech. Oh, okay, so it looks like my prediction might have been off by just a smidgen. Germany seems to be doing a pretty stellar job at taking out Czechoslovakia at the same time as holding off against France. They've lost a little bit of territory, but nothing too much. Now, Italy still has a good relationship with Germany. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. And it looks like they're claiming on Yugoslavia at present, which means that they're probably going to be going to war with Yugoslavia. But at the same time, more chaos in Europe is actually good for us at the moment. Like, it is just straight up really, really good. Italy announces, whatever. Poland seeks, whatever. Poland seeks Baltic cooperation. Alright, so I imagine that that's probably going to be fine. Once again, Poland has actually been remarkably untouched by this whole thing. The independence of Poland is guaranteed by the Kingdom of Romania, and Poland is guaranteeing the independence of the Kingdom of Romania. Alright, that's cool. So apparently that didn't end up calling Poland into the war. Presumably they protected each other's independence after Romania had already been called into the war with Germany. Either way, I'm kind of back in Germany for this, because at the end of the day, we have a decision which can take us either into an alliance with Germany, which would be fine, or a non-interference policy. I favor the non-interference policy. Czechoslovakia has capitulated. That's very, very good. I favor the non-interference policy with Germany. Invite to faction with Poland. I mean, no. I do not want to focus on Germany. I certainly do not want to go to war with Germany right now. That would be absolutely terrible. Independent state of Croatia joined the German Reich. State of Croatia declared war on Yugoslavia. What the heck? How did this end up being formed? I don't understand how that happened. I guess that might have been a coup, like a German coup. Either way, that's going to be huge, and that is actually going to really probably upset the Italians, who were probably basing their next couple of steps on attacking Yugoslavia. All right, well, you know what? Not much that we can really do about that, but hey ho. We are in a really, really great position where we're building a whole bunch of military factories, and there's almost nothing that can stop us. Part of me wants to dedicate more factories to infantry equipment, but I know it's so wrong, but it feels so right. No, what I feel we should do is we should have some more fighter factories for the Spitfires. I feel like that is quite important. We do have a lot of fighters at the moment, but as you could probably see there, we are currently reinforcing a whole bunch. We're reinforcing a whole bunch, or upgrading a whole bunch, should I say, of Hurricanes, because at the moment I think they're just the regular old interwar fighters, which is fine, don't get me wrong, but not exactly ideal. Okay, you need to be equipped to you. Fine, happy days. We've got a pretty sizable force up in the UK at the moment, which is quite nice. Decisions are available. Promises of peace. I'm really not that bothered, to be honest. What I was thinking is that we could all right, fine. How close are we to declaring war on Saudi Arabia? We must be pretty darn close. I'm not expecting this to be a difficult war. Yeah, we're about 3/4. That's fine. I'm not expecting this to be a difficult war, but it could be a little bit of a grindy one, unfortunately. I've left this desert area open because I feel that it's just straight up not worth us trying to take all of the attrition from sitting in the deserts of Oman. It's just not fun. Not interested. We also need to stop doing military exercises, so I will go back to here and tell... Oh, how nice. I will tell you to stop doing military exercises. Thank you very much. Can you... Why do you sometimes not like doing what you're told? And I have to go through manually and sort this out. Not entirely sure why that's the case, but you know what? Not a big deal. I can just about cope. Alright, there we go. Great, so that's you. You can just, you know, don't go on strike force. You can also get turned off. Fine, okay, great. So we're going to build up a whole bunch of fuel. Pretty happy about that. Insufficient resources, what do we actually need? We need more steel, because the dockyards will have finished building and they'll already have been automatically assigned. Fine, not really that bothered. It's a-okay. Reclaim the jewel in the British Crown. Yeah, maybe we should just go for this. It's not the craziest idea in the world. Sri Lanka, you know, forward base. Coerce Spain. Fortify the Rock. I don't really know if Spain is likely to declare war on me. Fortify Malta. No, not really that bothered, to be honest. Securing the Imperial shipping routes. That will be nice. That will be very, very nice. However, naval mine laying, marine technology, destroyer focus. I think we probably want to go for destroyer focus. However, Britannia rules the waves 3, 100% research bonuses for the naval doctrine. That's going to be really, really nice. And then we can go into battleship focus, which will be great because we do want to primarily use battleships in our conflict. I think that is what we're after. We do have insufficient resources. We do have an insufficient amount of steel coming in, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I'm not going to complain about that too much. All right, we still have more factories. Man, oh man, oh man, we've got way too many factories. Let's get some more tactical bombers, which is going to put a further strain on our resources, which doesn't make me feel super great about the fact that we switched on over to Chinese Leadership Front. China has assumed faction leadership from the China. Okay, so it's basically Communist China is leading the faction. All right, fine. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel super great about transitioning from the from export focus to free trade. We could move right up to limited exports, but we're going to need 150 political power, and I'm kind of loath to do that. I think that we should kind of just, you know, write it out, probably. I do want to get more steel. Steel is pretty darn important, really, when it comes to what we're doing. Yeah, fine. There we go. As long as we got a positive modifier on steel, I'm not super bothered about aluminium, because I'm pretty sure that aluminium is just used to build planes. And at the end of the day, if we're not upgrading tactical bombers, I'm not really gonna end up too upset about that. We do have more dockyards to use. What do we want to do? Destroyer, cruiser. Can we not increase past 5? All right, well, we'll put that up to 10. Bulgaria has capitulated. Ooh. I mean, we knew that that was going to be the case, but again, that's not a hugely big deal. Northern Hungary is allied with the French, so I think that this is about to get steamrolled by Germany. Germany's doing a pretty darn good job of winning here. I was not expecting it to be that simple for them, but that's okay. Special forces, nice. You know, we're just gobbling up all of these research bonuses whilst we can. Let's get the upgraded infantry equipment. Free civilian factories, lovely, lovely, lovely. What do we want to build? Great question. Not entirely sure. Maybe we could build a civilian factory or two. Let's get a couple of civilian factories on the go. Let's get a couple of military factories on the go. I also want to get a couple more dockyards on the go, to be honest. Let's try and build them in Northern England / Scotland. There we go. And we've also got Ireland to do. We'll get them in Northern Ireland as well. Alright, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What's our fuel consumption? It's not very high. It's not very high at all. This is why I'm kind of looking forward to this war with Saudi Arabia. That's definitely going to help us out when it comes to fuel production. Also, of course, because we switched to the free trade model, that means that we don't have any excess fuel, or basically any excess fuel in comparison. Okay, what do we need to do? Military factories. I mean, stick the rest into infantry equipment, I guess. Towed artillery. To be honest, maybe we just stick more into tank units. You know what? Yeah, let's try and stick all of the upcoming factories into tank units. We need more steel, but at the same time, we can just, you know, we can work out a deal with the French Commune. They don't hate me? Well, actually, they do. I just don't hate them. Maybe we should develop our relations further with the French Commune, but I'm really not that bothered, to be honest. I really hope that Germany do end up winning. I really do want Germany to win. Like, it is much better for me. We could send volunteers. A 10% threat. Is 3, limited by your number of divisions. Okay, so we could send 3 divisions. I mean, I feel like that might not actually be the craziest thing in the world. Why don't we do that? Why don't we send some... We'll send some dudes. Let's make a new army. Yeah, back in there. All right, let's do this. I think that, you know, that would be a nice little help. Yep, you guys send 3 divisions. That's the maximum number that we can actually send. Right, sure, go and do it. Our troops are on their way, which I'm sure will upset pretty much everyone if they find out, but whatever. There we go. All right. So it's going to be 2 tank units, which, I mean, are probably our best units, really. So I'm trying to help. You know, maybe they'll make a difference, maybe they won't. Doesn't particularly matter for us, but, you know, Germany's definitely losing against France, which is not something that I'm super keen on seeing. Zog. Where is Zog? The Azores? Was he a leader, perhaps? Doesn't particularly matter. Alright, steel. You know what? Let's bump up the steel once again, because I really care about making sure that we've got enough steel, but everything else I'm not that bothered about. Modifying the government. Yeah, we could reverse our free trade policy, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to try and get some modifiers that bump up my research. So probably nothing of use in here. Political power gain plus 5%. You're not bad. You are pretty darn good. Maxwell Aitken. Political power gain plus 15%. That would also be really nice. David Lloyd George. I think that's probably what we want to finish. We want to finish that out with Maxwell Aitken and David Lloyd George. Let's get you first, because you are going to give us a whole bunch of extra political power, and then next one we can go for you. Naval base construction speed. No, I'm not that bothered about any of this stuff, to be honest. You are pretty darn good, but you're, you know, more a late game sort of guy, I think, because at the moment we want to build military factories and dockyards, and sometimes fuel silos. Why don't we have a little look at what's going on here? Armor research speed. I mean, research naval speed being bumped would be really, really nice. Atlantic fleet designer. Carrier armor plus 50%. Capital ship. Yeah, that'd be really, really good. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in that. Weapons, and yeah, you're not bad. You're not bad. Artillery research speed. I think you're also pretty darn good. You're too expensive. Yeah, I'm not super bothered about getting any of these guys in place quite yet. Industrial concern. Yeah, not that bothered about that, to be honest. Military high command. Yeah, I mean, we'll need to fill out all of these positions as we go, but I think that probably the political side we want to try and fill out, so we'll get the 15% political power gain. And the reason that we'll do that is because we've got a whole bunch of civilian factories queued up, which means that we're not going to see the bonuses until after then, so hopefully we can have more than enough political power to buy the upgrade to military factory construction speed by the time that these military factories are coming up for being built. Okay, apparently I can't increase the number of dockyards devoted to building a specific boat past this. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's not a problem. We will need to start building ships then ourselves. Missing one of the or more of the required modules. I do want to get the super heavy, but I want to know why I'm not allowed to build this. I'm presuming that it's because of the I'm presuming it's because of the London Naval Treaty Convention thing. You know what? Let's start building you. Can we not increase past 5? Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. You're going to be done in 1947. Alright, we need to try and bump that to the top. There we go. Alright, so that's a little bit better. That'll be done in 1940, so just over a year. Not super bothered about that, but it's going to take a little bit of time. We need to get some more steel on the go. Apparently, we're just going to trade away all of our factories to France, which is fine, I guess. Tungsten. Tungsten is a thing. Aluminium, we could probably look at getting some aluminium, I guess. United States, I kind of want to keep the French sweet, to be honest. I'm not going to bother about tungsten, though. That's not something that I'm super worried about. What? Yeah, these guys are mine. Oh, I get to control them. That's kind of nice. All right. German volunteers. Where are these going to... Ooh, great. Where are these guys going to fight? Available war goal. Yep, we're going to take that, but we're going to do it in the next episode because I feel that at the moment I want to see what I can do over here. You guys, I think that probably fighting maybe against France would not be the worst thing in the world. You know what? Yeah, let's give them a front line of this section of France. There we go. And then... Oh man, look at this. Look at the infrastructure in Germany. We are just zipping through here. Holy cow, that is fantastic. Alright, so... Not entirely convinced that we're going to have a great time over here, but, you know, we can at least give it a shot, right? We can at least give it a shot. We'll give them an offensive line for, like... No. That's not exactly what I wanted. Let's give them an offensive line of... the river. There we go. Again, that's not really what I wanted. Let's try third time's a charm. Yeah, so try and get something like that. All right. I feel that that's okay. No. Try again, potato. Come on, you can get there. Okay. Here. No, why do you not this is All right. Hold on. All right. All right. This time it's for real. Right, start here, come up here, across here, up here. Right? That's what we want. Jeez Louise. Who'd have thunk it would have been so darn difficult? Okay, so hopefully we're going to be able to defend. Hopefully we're going to be able to defend here. I want to let these guys just sort of dig in a little bit. Fighting strength for cover, whatnot, all that nonsense. Maximum organization before we actually attack. But we're going to have to see what happens in the next episode. And also, we're going to be declaring war against Saudi Arabia in the next episode as well. So, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. I've been Over the Potato. This has been Hearts of Iron 4 Man the Guns. I'll see you next time. Bye.